Style Team Music Production.
Hello guys, I'm Shava came back and once again shout out to this title video, Jurassic World Rebirth. The movie came out today. I went to go see it today, and overall, watching the movie, I think it's about like 2 hours and 30, 2 hours and like 43, and I say it's a pretty solid movie. I think it was pretty good. To me, it's a movie that's really went back to the basics of Jurassic Park, of the premise. Dinosaurs going berserk all over the place. People trying to survive and escape and make it out. All the difference is, with Jurassic Park, they had to do like a lot of setup, a lot of introduction of how the dinosaurs got there, how the dinosaurs are made, and build it to like how the dinosaurs just run rampant, right? In Rebirth, a little bit different. We get an introduction to the D-Rex. Is the D-Rex in the movie a lot? I'd say he's in it for about as much as Godzilla was in it in like the 2014. So about 7, 8, 9 minutes. And I'll explain to you why that's not a bad thing. Because especially with the marketing, we'll get to that. But overall, you don't have to do that much setup. But it does set up the D-Rex as being there. And why this island is abandoned. Why is it abandoned? Quite simple. So pretty much, before Jurassic World was open, so pretty much the whole premise in the trailer is correct. But it's not connected to engine. It's connected to Maserati, the company that took over Jurassic Park after Engine. It's connected to them. And the thing is, 17 years ago, back when Jurassic World like first opened up its doors, they tried to create hybrids then, right? And when they tried to create it, they didn't turn out too right. They kept coming up with mutations, and it wasn't turning out the way they expected to. So, unlike with World, where the Indominus pretty much, there's no real flaws in the Indominus, even the Scorpius Rex, as monsters as that thing looked, it's all pieced together, but the ones in this movie, like they're alive, but they're just not normal. It's just not normal at all, very mutated. The most normal looking ones is the Casacuela and like the Titanosaurus. The Titanosaurus got cells on it, but it's with fins on it, but besides from that, and the Casacuela pretty much is normal, right? Now, for the Mutodon, aka the Velociraptors, and the D-Rex, I don't know what malfunction in their process, what type of genetic splicing they was doing, but surprisingly enough, I'm pretty sure. So to explain how, I guess if you want the spoilers, I say it's a good movie, a solid 7 out of 10. 7.3. I recommend it. If you want a Jurassic Park that goes back to the basic premise, we got people coming to the island to survive. People who end up washed up on the island, they gotta survive, they gotta thrive. I say it's a solid movie. But to get into the spoilers, I say check it out. So what about the reviewers? I can't see why anybody would dislike the movie. I won't sit here and say, well, this is a 10 out of 10 flawless movie, but there was like no major problems. There was no major issue. There was nothing in the movie where I just sat down and just like, well, gosh. Now it does got some humor in it, but it's more of a 90s type humor thing. That somebody say, what do you mean? You know how the 90s movies will have something just like, I won't say sensational, but just have something just, I won't say silly, but it's, how do I explain this? It's not silly, but it's just fun. You get some quirky jokes here and there, especially with Dr. Loomis constantly chewing them, I forgot what, I think it's like breath mints or something. He keep chewing those. It's just fun. Some people might call it silly. There's nothing really just, well, you know, just, it's just a comedy movie, you know? But it's just, there are fun moments in there if you want some light comedy in there. Is anything breaking in the film? No. But it's just, there's nothing really wrong or bad with it. But if you want overall opinions, I think it's a great movie. Not great, I think it's a good movie. Solid movie. You want a fun blockbuster to watch with the family, I say take them to it. You'll enjoy it. Now on to the spoilers and what it ties into everything else, so on and so on. So 17 years ago, I think the movie takes place. Yeah, it takes place after Jurassic World Dominion, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It takes place after Jurassic World Dominion. So it starts 17 years ago, where I can't say Biosyn, But the company that bought Engine, pretty much the new Engine, are trying to make the early hybrids before the Indominus, right? Before they cracked the key with Dr. Henry Wu and so on and so on, I guess they tried to do it by themselves, and they're having. It explained that the dinosaurs, they're just not turning out the way they're expecting them to. They're just not turning out right. Even though they keep trying. So that's how we got the Mutandon. We had a two-headed Mutandon, which is like the bird looking for Velociraptor, on which that thing there is, my goodness. I will say this, compared to any other Jurassic Park movie, I won't say I was scared, but boy, so like some of these scenarios are quite horrifying. It's just like, no, no, like come on, no. I love how some sections are filmed like a horror movie. Like an actual horror movie where they actually playing into the thrills and the scares into it, where it's just not just, well, you know, just, it's a fun, it's not like Jurassic World, where it's just, sure, people got eaten, but the difference between that people get eaten and the Rebirth people get eaten. When they get eaten here, like these people are gone, like still kicking and screaming. Like these people are, they're gone, like they're dead. Like we see people get like eviscerated before, but it's just in this. I won't say it's like gruesome, where like it would traumatize a child, but we'll say it's quite brutal. It's quite ruthless. I will say that. So the opening scene, where I'm pretty sure this guy was not supposed to have this Snicker bar in here. Now what I mean by it is, he didn't properly throw away the wrapper, and it gets cocked up in the containment door, blows out a filter, and starts the system to malfunction. Right? While doing this, they're going in there to look for the Distortus Rex. And like this thing is gigantic. I don't know if it's grown since the flashback, but this thing is colossal. Like I don't understand what they're trying to make. What is this creature? I will say right off the bat, if there ever is a sequel, if this movie does do well in theater, I really hope we get to have a sequel where it's all about the Indominus Rex, right? If somebody say, well, isn't it all about the Indominus Rex? We'll get to that, but not Indominus, the Distortus Rex. Somebody says, isn't it all about it? No. And if you pay attention to the marketing, compared to 2015, right? Every piece of 2015 Jurassic World was the Indominus. The big money shot was the Indominus. The big so-and-so was the Indominus. In Rebirth, it's the Titanosaurus, it's the Mosasaur, it's a Corsicaquella, it's a Mutodon, and you get some sprinkles of the Distortus Rex in there, right? He is in the movie. His presence is felt, but it's not as overbearing or just the main expectation of the movie. So pretty much, now it's unexplained whether it's because of the door malfunction. They thought the Distortus Rex escaped, or he escaped on his own, and the door malfunction it just so happens to happen on the same day. Cause they go in there and they get their alerts or something's wrong with the door and the security system, and they immediately assume that it escaped. I don't know which one is which. I don't know if he actually escaped or he didn't. Cause the people that was going in to go check on him, I don't know if they put him to sleep or they're just looking for him. They start to running out when they see they get a security failure, right? Most people make it up aside from that one guy, and they try to do the whole 1, 2, 3 tourniquet at the same time type thing, right? And the dude is panicking for his life, and the Distortus Rex is just I don't know. I think this creature could be more disturbing. It's not just the fact that he's all decrepit and mutated. It's the fact that when he goes in for the kill, it's not like a T-Rex or like a Velociraptor where it seems like a quick process. No, this specimen let the terror go to the fullest extent. It goes in slow. It slowly grabs people. It slowly brings people up to his mouth and then devours them alive. It's quite disturbing, and it has one of the best title sequences into the Jurassic Park T-Rex scroll ever seen. Cause that sequence where he's slowly getting grabbed, and like the T-Rex is a little bit squeezing him, and the dude is yelling for his life, and the woman got to sit there and watch this man gets killed and snatched off into the void, and the creature just walks away. And that scene was incredible. I can't deny. But on to the main character, get introduced to apparently a lot of the dinosaurs after they're released in the Dominion are dying. I've never personally seen Dominion, but I know it's happening, right? And a lot of them are dying. Those that are on around the equator, they are dying. Now, some might say, does it have anything to do with the DX virus in the books, the microcosmos? No, they're just dying because they can't survive in the climate and the habitat. The vegetation changed, the weather has changed, and they just can't survive. But we saw velociraptors in the winter. Well, apparently the party time didn't last that long, apparently. Yeah, we got a whole brontosaurus, I believe. I could maybe misidentify him, dying in the streets of New York. Like, he just fell over and he's dying. And like they're trying to give him medical care, but he's just like the main CI dude from not CI, the main I guess you said the main corporate guy from Parker Industries who want them to go in there to get the DNA and stuff. Just like, well, I understand you're dying, but can you move out the way? Hey, look, just let the creature just get put out of his misery nicely. You don't gotta force the creature out the way. You just, it's New York. You have these inconveniences all the time. Y'all don't complain when Spider-Man is fighting somebody or the Fantastic Four. I don't see why you complain about the dinosaur. But yeah, we're gonna be introduced to the main corporate suit, whose name I cannot remember, and Scarlett Johansson's character Zara, who just, I guess she just hops into his car when he left to look at the dinosaur and went back. Okay. Because it's never implied that she was always there, and he's startled that she said something to him, so I guess she just hopped into the vehicle. Okay. So that's what I mean by like a fun 90s blockbuster. A lot, like, I can't say Demolition Man is a great movie. I can't say it's like that. But it's along those lines where things happen, it just expects you to go for the ride. There's nothing really bad or awful about it. There was a point where I was just like, well, it doesn't seem so bad. But now it's like, nah, forget it. I came here to watch a movie. Not to be a critic. Not to find out if the movie is what we talking about. I want to watch something just because I want to watch it. Not to prove something to somebody else. So I threw that stuff right at the brain and kept watching it. We get introduced to Zara, Dr. Loomis. And pretty much Zara, after coming back from a mission from Yemen, is found by Mr. Corporal Man. He's like, well, you know, gotta go on this island and get some DNA. And it's all about heart disease. Right? And it's just heart disease, and there's not some new type of heart disease that's going around and killing people. It's just about heart disease in general. How they can come up with this medicine from these mutated dinosaurs and they can help them out, right? Alright? And some might say, why can't they use the dinosaurs that's already there? Well, most of them dead or dying or at the equator. Right? Now, Mr. Parker Industry Man have his own objective here, right? Now, on the surface level, he says it's for medical research, right? But he's fully aware of everything that's on this island and how there's a bunch of failed hybrids just unleashed. And why did they just euthanize them? Well, it's a lot easier to say they escaped than explain to your bank teller that you wasted millions of dollars. So that's what they did. So to meet Zara, to talk about her backstory, and the way she gets convinced is, well, what about 10 million? 10 million? Flat. Okay then. Well, can't really blame him. Money is money, right? Gonna meet Dr. Loomis. Oh, well, this gotta be the saddest dinosaur museum I've ever seen. Are you telling me in the past 7 days, only 12 people have came? 12? Yeah, but I understand why you guys are shutting down now. But I bring Dr. Loomis on board by challenging his position as a scientist. Anybody can look up bones and fossils, but being able to touch one up in person, live, be waiting your whole life for this. To see one in the wild, not just at a park. And he joins the ride. Alright. And then you get to meet one of my personal favorite characters, Duncan. Before, I couldn't see it, right? I seen Moonlight, I seen some clips in the Green Book. I couldn't see Mahershala Ali as Blade. I couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. But Mahershala Ali is Duncan. I can see the Blade. I can see it. I won't say he's doing anything where he's acting as Blade, but it's the character he plays in Duncan. Like the shape. Like no one's talking about the. Mahershala had to be put on like a good 10 pounds of muscle. I didn't see this in this last role. The man's in shape. He's just like I can see the vision. I can see him playing Blade, and I can see it. Pretty much at this point, Duncan. And after you get the whole scene where they're at the bar with the Megalodon jaws there. Gonna meet Duncan, and Duncan's like, well, you know, I just can't do it, guys. I can't do it. So they pretty much run a con on the corporal to pretty much double the fee. Alright? I don't see what you're saying. Come out and say 20 million right off the bat. But yeah. And then like I say like this, right? We're gonna introduce another character. He's like, well, you know, we're gonna do the thing, and Zara explains to him that we already did it to him, right? Now, when I say people get killed, they're like separate people. I thought, well, you know, they'll at least make it like 75% of the way through, right? Then something may happen to him, right? Because that dude who tried to pull the con again, who wasn't informed, we'll get to that. So they go off on the boat and they're heading down there, right? You meet some of the other side characters, part of Duncan's crew. They're cooking food and stuff, and so on and so on, right? Right, because it's Duncan's boat. They're going to use this boat to go on this uncharted territory, to go out to this prototype land of dinosaurs and so on and so on, right? And so we meet this other family. I think it's like the Matthew family, something like that. Meet this family, the one you see in the trailer, right? And they're out just going across the ocean between islands. They picked up the children from the mother, and it's supposed to be a nice thing, right? And we meet the daughter's boyfriend. I swear I thought he was gonna be food, man. I thought he was gonna be food. He was gonna be lunch meat. I should have sworn that introduction, it felt like prime, and I do mean prime dinosaur meat, prime. But it ain't what happened. That's not what happened. But cause he was lazy. He's not doing his job, and the father been behind the ship. He can't get no sleep, and he's like, "It's time for you to take over." Nah, I'm not gonna do that. And then we get the Megalodon scene, and the way it builds up. Like, ironically enough, we got a Steven Spielberg. Like, they're bringing Jaws back for the 50th anniversary, right? We've seen this trailer before that. The way they build up the Megalodon. Because that's the first one that's going to... Zara team and Duncan's going to go after, right? With the corporate guy, right? From Barker Industries. The Megalodon, this thing is monstrous, man. Like, my goodness. This thing needs to be locked up. This thing needs to be arrested. Like, out of nowhere, just brushes across the ship. People are starting to drown. People getting flung off the boat. Brush up with it. Like, because it starts off, right? They see the sails of some Spinosaurus, right? And Dr. Loomer explained what the Spinosaurus, but they see like the Spinosaurus is like miles out, right? So I thought, well, they're gonna meet the Spinosaurus. No, something brushes up against the boat, throws everybody across the place. He's like, what's going on? The daughter lets the father down, see like something scratch the boat, get brushed up against again. It tips the whole boat over. People are panicking. People are nearly. I thought once again. I'm telling you, I thought Xavier, the boyfriend, was gonna be prime dinosaur meat. I thought he was gonna drown. I thought he was gonna get eaten by the Mosasaurus multiple times. I give him that. He survived. He survived. And we get more layers to his character. That, you know, he's a person, but he knows of his shortcomings, and he don't even know why the man's daughter even likes him like that. But he's quite sad to be that self-aware and still to be the way you are. But it's just, hey, people can change, right? People can grow and become better, and which he does. All the family grows and get a little bit closer to each other. It's not like a massive fraction, but there is some tension between father and daughter. And with the youngest daughter, she gets traumatized somewhat, but there's like an overall, you know, family type ordeal, right? But from this encounter with a Mosasaurus, inches away from eating Xavier, they manage to survive. And it's just, I'm telling you, just like the director and the cinematography is just great. The way like he was just starting to swim towards the tipped over boat, and the Mosasaurus was just right there. I'm telling you, he had to be bored. He had to be bored or thought the boat was a competition. Because the way he just slowly came towards him is just, perfect. Perfect. But that was a great scene, so. They was able to grab the radio from the boat. They messaged Zara's team, he's the only person nearby. And the corporal dude let me right there to the Mosasaurus. Now, I personally theorize that the Mosasaurus tracker is broken. So I'm not saying why. Because there is no way he's moved. Now, it is implied that the Mosasaurus can move pretty quickly. But there's no way 27 miles, 28 miles away that the Mosasaurus just came back that fast to the island. That's impossible. I refuse to believe that that speed demon is moving that fast. If it is, oh my gosh, we got a problem. We gotta see it. Not like I don't know what this thing is eating. I don't know if there's that many blue whales out there in the Caribbean. Then again, the Spinosaurus help them out find a meal. So I don't know. I don't know what type of ordeal they got going around here. How they gotta pay it to the big Mosasaurus. But apparently Mosasaurus and his 4 henchmen, his 4 goons, are right there just to clean up and scrape up. Well, they find a family, right, and they turn back around. And to be expected, the GPS for the Mosasaurus started to act up, right? It started to show two radars on the scanner. As I personally figured, it's rather the scanner is broken, Because ever since the Mosasaurus, I guess, escaped Jurassic World, they've been tracking it. InGen was tracking it, and now Park Industries that own like a piece of InGen that went into bankruptcy. Now the last movie, they got the tracker as well. I don't know what happened, but the tracker started showing up wrong. We get some nice scenes of them trying to catch him out there, and the Mosasaurus out there acting like Moby Dick, just hopping around, just having a good old time, just hopping out the water. He's living his best life. So they're able to inject him, get the DNA. All is good, right? All is good until they see them cells again. Now, earlier when they saw the cells, the Mosasaurus only attacked the family. This time, the Spinos are showing up, and the Spinos came for blood. The man who tried to con the corporate dude for a second time, now I thought he was going to be the mid-ending villain, right? He's going to team up with the corporate dude, and it's all about the money, Zara, the money. You got to think about the money. Forget about helping people, the money. Nah, this man, dog, he gets killed. Like, when I say he gets killed, like, this man's getting brutalized. Like, he's still kicking and squirming in the Spinosaurus mouth. Like, he gets snatched up quick. It wasn't even funny. It was horrifying. I won't say I was like scared, but the thrills and some of the horror. Ugh. Oh, yeah. The director deserves his credit for that. That's all. Cause the Spinos kill people. Like, I'm not saying like this is some type of surprising type thing, but it's the way they do it. Out of nowhere, just snatch. People are nearly getting killed. They're tip ties in the boat. And the Mosasaurus, I guess they see the bigger boat as more as a competition rival. You ain't playing no games. The Mosasaurus want the boat to die. The Mosasaurus want blood. And the Spino gang is going to help him out. So then there's an incident where the corporate dude just pretty much let the father's daughter fall, the oldest one. She falls into the water. The boyfriend Xavier hops in after her. And then the father and daughter's like, we gotta get off the boat. The boat's gonna crash. I was like, what is this dude talking about? You know, what is he talking about? The boat is still functioning. They're gonna take the boat to the shallows, close to the island, because the Mosasaurus can't swim in deep shallow water, right? And so they were going to the rocks, and I hopped out the boat. Now, good for them, the Mosasaurus were still chasing the boat, and not them. They didn't get picked up by no Spinos either. So it turns out the boat does crash, the engine's malfunctioning, and it crashes onto the boat, onto the shore, right? Not so bad. Those were to get out the equipment. Everybody's all right. So that was like a navigator slash helmsman slash. He was like some other girl. I can't remember her name. That's on the ship, right? And she's like fixing up this stuff, like getting like they're pulling out the equipment from the water. Everything looked all right. And you see a Spino in the background. Oh my goodness. The Spino just disappears as she goes across the bag, right? Because the bag is like, what, a good 3 feet tall? And behind the bag, all you hear is, there's blood everywhere. She's been snatched. And like Duncan is running up to the water. It's just like, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. She's dead. Like, some of the kills in this movie, oh my goodness. I don't know, it's just like, it's how the horror is built up in them. Or just how much time you spent on. Because usually, someone gets killed in these movies and it's just, you know, it's sad, but it's on to the next, right? In this case, like there's a lot of lingering on someone dying. A lot of it. It's just like you kind of really feel the impact that, you know, Zora and Duncan are losing friends that, you know, they've been working with for years. And that's on top of Zora already losing her, what? I think his name was like Bragman or Bushman or something like that. Got blown up by a car born in Yemen. Man was still alive. So it's not implied that Zara shot him, but, you know, it was implied that, you know, when the explosion happened, it was not quick. And then, like, Duncan, you know, lost a son, and he separated from his wife because it would be easier for the both of them to move on from that. The death of their child ruined their relationship, so, you know. Zara and Duncan are some nice kids. Same with Dr. Loomis. He has a great scene with the Titanosaurus, but we'll get to that. I'm not trying to make this too long of a video. But the family is able to make it okay on the shore. And Zara was able to make it after losing somebody else. Because I guess the Spinos just on the beach. Oh my goodness. Like the Spinos are taking no prisoners. That's 2 bodies in about 15, like 8 minutes. Don't kill 2 people. And I expected two of them to survive towards the end, because they hyped up like this weapon with neurotoxin that's gonna paralyze the dinosaurs and kill them. And Dr. Loomis upset about that. That weapon is only used for that one guy. He brought it, and it dies with him. Like that's why I thought he's gonna make it. They killed him. It's like watching the Suicide Squad with James Gunn, when it's just like, come on, you just can't keep killing these people, man. Stop killing them. Come on, not Polka Dot Man, no. Polka Dot Man, the thinker, just you can't keep killing people like this. Not Rick Flag, no. Ugh. But there was another case I thought, Xavier boyfriend now is, pulling his own weight. He's no longer lazy. And, he goes off to go pee because he got to go get some firewood, right? And the Mutodon, but first it was two Velociraptors was going to jump this man where he's, like, peeing into a lake. But that's not a good idea. That's like parasites that have to, like, hop up streams, and you don't want to find out about it. Now, it's only with fresh water, right? But, so first he's getting stalked by these two Velociraptors, right? They're slowly creeping up on him, easing their way in. And then a Mutodon, some type of mutated Velociraptor with wings, you see in the trailer, hops down and ripped the Velociraptor to shreds. And I guess the other guy saw his buddy getting killed and just took off running. He's like, he's eating him. Then he's gonna eat me. Oh my gosh! He got out of there. So the Mutodon is tearing this thing to shreds. And like Xavier's not making no type of news because the Mutodon hasn't seen him. And like the Mutodon just was able to pick up a full-grown Velociraptor on his talons and just fly away. It's like the ass blast to some trimmers. He just fly away like that, like nothing happened. Yeah. So pretty much we get to the Titanosaurus scene, and what I like the scene, especially with Dr. Loomis, how awestruck he is, how before that's of course to start playing the classic Jurassic Park movie. But I love how much he really wanted to see a dinosaur up and close. He's able to touch one, and like Zara just like she's amazed, but you didn't have to shoot the big buddy Titanosaurus in his neck like that. Then like it hurt him or something. But just I thought she was gonna shoot him in his thigh or something. But I was able to get one. It was a nice, beautiful scene with Dr. Loomis, able to meet his dinosaur, seeing the peak and accomplishment of his work. He's able to see a dinosaur alive, up close, and it's not trying to kill him. He cries and everything. It was a beautiful moment. Now, in the tall grass scene, there are no Velociraptors. But, because there are normal Velociraptors, and we see one of them get killed. That's the last time we see the Velociraptors. I don't know what happened to his other buddy, but apparently he skedaddled and got out of there. Like, they got Scooby. Well, I'm getting out of here. Run, Shaggy, run. So, on to the next, right? And this is around the same time that Dr. Loomis bring up once again the Czar. They talk about on the boat that they can take the DNA, right, and use it and give it out to the people, and the people will be able to have access to making the medications for themselves. It goes on to the corporates to battle with each other, and hopefully with everybody know how to do it, they can get lower prices so that it being stranglehold by one company, and they have the premium exclusive price. Like give it out to the free market, everybody can make one, and hopefully it make it more affordable and better for everybody. And which I had no problem with that. It's just the only bad part is, there's no money in it. But then again, there'll always be another job, right? Hopefully, always be. So, like somebody said, where's the family going, right? The family, before they left, because the family just wanted to go home, but, Zara and the team, Dr. Loomis, got their mission, right? So I thought, they could stay on the boat, and, they go out there and do this stuff, but, the family really want to get home. So the family was told by the corporal dude that there's a village on the island. Now, I don't know if that was ever true, because the only thing on the island we do find is a laboratory with the D-Rex. So, they never found that village that they was talking about. But, maybe that was meant to be the same thing. I could be wrong. But that's where the family's going on their own, since they split up from Zara and them. So Zara and the team with Duncan still had the objectives to fly them, but after they get the DNA and stuff. So this is where we get to the Classic Koala scene. Oh my goodness. I was worried for this man potentially being dinosaur bait. I really was. It came true. It came true in the worst way. So Zara and Dr. Loomis are rappelling down to the Classic Koala nest, right? And Dr. Loomis is able to extract the DNA from the egg without disturbing the egg sac, meaning little Jimmy in there is going to be alright, right? But, the engineer of the team, right? The boat expert, the boat repairman who works on the engine, this madman, he's like, I don't understand why he was doing it, right? When you're rappelling, you want to like set anchors and stuff in case you got to go back up, right? But he's hammering it, and he keep hearing a dinosaur respond every time you hammering it. Like, after the second time, I would have stopped. I'm not finna end up as dinosaur food because I want to hit this rock. So then, the Casa Koala shows up. They was able to extract the DNA, but they can't pick up the needle, right? And this dinosaur trying to, so I would be on that rappel just trying to continue to hit that thing as, you know, a dinosaur is responding to the noise. So the Casa Koala parent, it could be mama, it could be papa, we don't know who it is. It could be grandma for all we know. Shows up, casts Zara and Dr. Loomis in there. Because Dr. Loomis worked with Alan Grant, it was a part of his team. So they're trying to say that one of those background characters was Dr. Loomis, who knows? In Jurassic Part 3, who knows, right? But in this case, in this special case, oh my goodness. So the Casa Koala shows up and they're snapping at Zara. They're snapping at Dr. Loomis, and they trying to get like the needle that dropped because they dropped it when it came in there, and they're trying to fight this thing. So then the dude, the engineer of the boat, throws his it's like an axe or a pick at the bird, right? At the dinosaur. The dinosaur turns his attention towards him. The Dr. Loomis is able to pick up the needle, but the dinosaur is wrapped up in this rappel cord, right? And he gets snatched outside, and Zara got to catch him. That's where the whole scene comes from, right? So the engineer is telling like Duncan and the corporal dude to pull him up, because the dinosaur is like right there. So they pulling them up, and by the time they pull this man up, like first you see the head of the Casa Koala. I was like, oh no, maybe he beat him to it. No, he didn't beat the dude to the top. He's swallowing this man alive down his throat. That's why he showed up first. He's swallowing this man down his gullet, chewing him up. And Duncan got to sit there and watch this madness. So they got to run. Right, they find out some stairs. Cause like it's in like a temple type area, so maybe some natives lived there like some 100 years back, but not anymore, right? And they're able to go down the steps there. So Zara and Dr. Loomis Zara's struggling to hold on to him because, you know, the Casa Koala snatched him out because he was, you know, he was attached to the rope around the Casa Koala's body, right? And, you know, he's trying to get the needle because the needle also fell when he grabbed onto it when he was snatched, right? So he's able to grab into it, the rope snaps, and he falls. A good thing, there's about a good 3 feet of brush to crash into in some nice soft water, right? Good for him. Right? And the needle parachuted down because the needle, the way it works, right? Especially with the mosasaur or the titanosaurus, right? Some might say they're going to get like right next to it and grab it. No. The way it works is they inject it in the area and then it fills up. And it automatically, when it fills up, it triggers a mechanism where it shoots itself out with a parachute and it lands. So in this case, when it fell out of his hand, as he was falling, it jetted itself out and, you know, it lands and everybody's safe and okay. But Duncan just lost another friend. And Zara, another one. Now Zara seemingly goes into this mentality that she had back in Yemen, that even though her friend dead, that we gotta continue the mission. But Duncan is quite taken aback, but you know, he done lost 3 people. 3 people. Back to back. 3 people dead. And like this stuff comes out of nowhere. Just like these people don't get nice death. Now is it as bad as the babysitter getting ripped in half? I would say in a way, like the movie plays it up, it is. Cause the Spino bro, that dude was still alive. The other dude was getting eaten alive and thrown down that person's gullet, and he was still kicking. And then when Zara's being dragged to her death by inside a Spinosaurus, I don't know. It's just pick your poison, man. It was gruesome. What is this? The way that the brutality is shot, it's just different. So pretty much, Zara came in with the backup plan, right? In case they lose the boat. That is, like the support team gonna come in at the quote-unquote village that the corporal dude was talking about. There's a helipad. It's gonna hover for 2 minutes, and if they don't see them, then go back home, right? So they also gotta head to the village part, where they hope to see the family, right? Family's making their way, and they're making their way downtown. Now, technically, this takes place before the Casa Koala scene, but the raft scene with the T-Rex. Why, man? Why? Why? Because I wonder just like how this scene started off, right? So the premise was the father's leg is hurt, right? And it'd be easy to follow the river to the village, right? So they cross the water because you know the older daughter sees a boat, right? So it's like, oh, you can go over there and go do it. And, you know, we wait for you on the other side. So the little dinosaur called Doris by the youngest daughter, the one you see in the trailers that put into a backpack, it scurries off, right? And the little girl's like, wonder why he's running. Wonder why. The older sister crosses the water, and she's about to get attacked by a Dilophosaurus. The Dilophosaurus just runs, and then we find out, right, we got Mr. T-Rex man taking a nap across his back, rolling over, snoring, making all type of noise, and the teaching is just one mistake, and Mr. T-Rex wakes up. One. So sadly, the boat she was looking at was broken, but she's able to find a raft, right? One problem is, you know, the raft works, but you know, she decided to sort of wait to get the raft into the water. She inflated not that far away from the T-Rex, and when it explodes, like we don't see, like the T-Rex doesn't see the girl because it covers her being there. But we don't see what a T-Rex is either. So when it falls back over, the T-Rex is gone. The T-Rex is in the water. Oh my gosh. The T-Rex is in the water. But he's going over to get a nice drink, right? Able to paddle themselves across the water. Everybody's inside the boat, right? Everybody's gonna make it. The T-Rex turns around. And the chase scene from this with the T-Rex. Come on, T-Rex. You know, if you was that... Look, I don't even think the T-Rex is hungry. I think he's just playing with his food. Cause like there was a whole like dead herbivore carcass right next to him, but he's like, nah, I want some fresh blood today. Yeah, I want some fresh blood. You know what I want. You know what I need, man. You know what I need. I could eat these leftovers, but you know, it's leftovers ain't as good as fresh out the fresh out the store. So he goes to chase the family. They're flipping all over the place. The T-Rex flips over the raft. Oh my goodness. People are nearly getting killed. The father nearly gets beaten too. Everybody think they make it. Where's the youngest daughter still under the raft? My goodness. But everybody's able to make it out of it, right? Everybody's able to make it out of A-OK, besides from the fact that, you know, everybody was nearly eaten. Again. Everybody's able to make it out, but the tension is just the way the cinematography, the scene is excellent. My goodness, so everybody pretty much able to make it to the village, but they pretty much meet at a convenience store, right? Now earlier, the corporate dude picked up a pistol from a collapsed helicopter. I don't know when the helicopter collapsed, but not from collapse, like a hanging helicopter that's like been destroyed, right? I don't know when, but he's able to pick it up. As I said earlier, he tried to kill the father's oldest daughter. Well, correction, let her die. Now some might say what caused that scene. The father told her to use the radio to call for support, but since this mission is pretty much like a black ops type operation and no one's supposed to know about it because they're breaking the law, he fights her for the radio. She ended up slipping outside after the Mosasaurus hit the boat, and instead of helping her up, he was just going to watch her die. So when they all meet back at this gas station, the power comes on, and you hear some creature wakes up because the power is back on. I guess with the geothermal energy, right? The power only comes on at night, right? And the dude pretty much acts with a gun. Hey, that's the thing. The dude isn't evil, because he could have easily shot everybody there just on his way. But he's like, you know, I'm gonna take this suitcase, right? Because I'm sick of Zara snatching it from me, and we're gonna all wait for the helicopter, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait for the helicopter. Like, Killer really just shot everybody and just left, but you know, he was considerate enough to let people just hopefully get onto the helicopter and act like nothing happened. I'll give him that. But sadly, when the power came back on, it awoken two different things. One of them we don't see till later, but the main one, the mutant dogs show up again. And well, these things are quite vicious. They're like, when they show up, it just sends people scattering all over the place like cockroaches. Some go inside, some go on the other side. There's either book it and make it out of here. And we get the whole gas station scene where, you know, is in there trying to look for people. And the scene is quite tense. Like, it's just like, are they going to make it? I don't think they're going to kill the daughter, but, you know, the father or the boyfriend, that's prime sacrifice meat right there. Prime dinosaur bait, you never know. Right? But they able to make it out of there. Now, with Duncan and Dr. Loomis, he split off. Because, like, Zara and the corporate dude was able to hide in the truck when the mutant Don show up. Right? So that's where they're at. And the mutant Don, you know, this dummy. Well, the mutant Don was able to get him off of the truck, right? Zara's still there. He's able to make it to the other side. And the mutant Don gets distracted. So he's able to take the keys, fire up the vehicle, and darn near run the mutant Don over. Now, that's good for him. Zara was able to escape. But, on to Duncan and Dr. Loomis, right? So, they was able to get into this facility, right? And to find out that, you know, they're not alone. This whole time, a secret predator's been on the island. A super predator. A creature like no other. This Distorted Rex has been in the background this whole time. Now, I don't know if he only operates at night. It's implied that he only operates at night. But it's just, he wakes up. Dr. Loomis sees him, right? But they gotta go make sure that he tracks down the helicopter, right? So he's able to light the flare and get the helicopter's attention. And there's a whole bunch of fog. And you see the D-Rex in the background. So I thought, you know, Dr. Loomis, I loved you as a character, but it's time for you to go, right? Something worse happens. So the helicopter's getting closer and closer, and the D-Rex got the helicopter in his hands. He's eating the people alive. When I say this thing is gigantic, like this put Rexy to shame. Like, this thing is massive. Like, all those shots in the trailer were correct. Like, this thing is absolutely gigantic. I don't know what they've seen this man. I don't know what his diet is, or what his workout routine in the gym. I might need to take some tips on him, because it's just like, this thing is gigantic. Monsters. And he's eating the helicopter as a snack. Like it's a drumstick. Like he's eating the Snicker. Dr. Loomis goes off running. Right? Helicopter's done. He goes and informs Duncan. The family escaped the gas station by going through a sewer vent. You know, they all meet back up in the sewers, right? So when they went to the facility, Dr. Loomis and Duncan was able to see that there's a boat. Now, the Mr. Corporal man is driving towards that boat because I guess he was fully aware the whole time. Because he knows more about the island than everybody else. Now, for Duncan and the others, they got to make it to the boat. Now, Zara, after Mr. Corporal man drove away, was able to run into the bushes. I saw a mutant Don go underground to the sewage drain where the family went to escape him. And then Zara went after him. So. Because, so they go down there, they was able to meet everybody back up. Now, Zara was able to gun down one of the mutant Dons. Aim the bullets at his throat. Bled to death. Tragic. Tragic. So everybody's trying to escape. They're right next to the boat. All they gotta do is open up the, well, next to the dock. Just gotta open up the grate. Right? Nobody can fit through the closed off area. Because to get to it, they're behind the fence. You're able to open up the fence. Somebody to squeeze through and open, turn on the control panel, right? So the youngest daughter decides to brave herself up and go on that, try to go get it. And the Distorted Rex shows up. My goodness. When I say this thing is absolutely gigantic. And it kind of looks like a Muto, but it doesn't. It's gigantic. My goodness. I don't know what they feed this thing. It needs to be put down. It really does. So, it doesn't seize the girl, but of course the corporal man was heading towards the boat. I thought he was going to crash right into, like, maybe trip up the D-Rex. That did not happen. The D-Rex smashed his little vehicle, slowly grabbed him, and ate this man alive. And when I say, like, just let him sit there and scream at him, and then decapitate the poor fella. So, that's able to get the suitcase fat full of the DNA, right? But everybody's scattered like cockroaches towards the docks. Everybody's running towards it. And this one I thought that was going to take away my favorite character. No! No! But the D-Rex is harder than they tell, right? And the D-Rex becomes between the family, Duncan, and the little girl who's trapped in the middle, right? So Duncan put his life on the line after they help drop the boat to lead the D-Rex away into the woods. I thought they were gonna do it, but it seemed so obvious, right? It seems just like a stereotypical send-off where he's just going off to the woods. The D-Rex is slowly enticed by the light, right? And it never shows him get killed. They just cut away from him, right? The D-Rex comes back, but it's able to fire the boat and they get away. Now I was really hoping they didn't kill off Duncan. But Duncan's alive, baby. He was able to escape. He's alive. And Zora decides, after asking Dr. Loomis, like, well, you know, you can do whatever you want with it. So what we're going to do with the medicine, the DNA, I'm just going to give it to the corporation, have to have a leeway on it and charge premium prices, or we're going to give it to the free market, and everybody be able to get it for an affordable price. They give it to the free market, and the movie just ends. My personal opinion, I think it's a pretty solid movie. Pretty solid. A nice, fun blockbuster to see at the theater. I couldn't really see no real problems with it or with the writings. They're trying to throw in like some jokey jokes, but it's nothing like where it's just like I'm cringing in my seat and I just can't take no more. It's just fun, you know. But that's pretty much my thoughts, spoilers, and reviewing the movie. That's the whole plot. Now on to the whole D-Rex thing. The D-Rex in the advertisement wasn't shown as the main ordeal. When I say that, when you look at the Jurassic World trailer, or even the Fallen Kingdom trailers, there was a very heavy emphasis on the D-Rex or the Indominus, no, not the D-Rex, on the Indominus and the Indominus reptile, right? Not reptile, the Indominus raptor, right? But in this movie, besides from a few trailers, it was really the T-Rex rap scene, the Titanosaurus, and the Concha. So it was a part of the movie, but it never was the main focus of the movie. I personally don't think that's a bad thing, but it does want me to see a sequel where they do really flesh this guy out. Like, they just can't leave this monster on this island. Not me, my buddy. I don't know. I really want to see more of these starters Rex. I don't really know what a plot would go with them, because it could be a case where they introduced the DX virus with him, but it's just, I don't think it's going to go that way. Overall, like I said before, it's like a 7.3, 7.1, somewhere around there. Now, somebody said, what's the point? The point is just, as I say, it's like a solid 7. You know, it's an alright movie, right? I enjoyed my time with it. I say it's good, but I won't say it's just like, it's like one of those things where I say like, well, darn, that was good. Like, that was a fantastic time. I say it was a good time. Alright time. A nice, fun movie. So, that's my thoughts and opinions and a viewpoint. For those who wanted the spoilers on it, I think it's a good movie. An enjoyable time. Like, some of the scenes and the characters and just, I won't try to sit here and lie to you like it's some type of plot where it's just changing the whole formula. But when I say it's back to the basics of Jurassic Park, people being trapped, people are scared, people getting murdered, it's just like, it's back to the basics. Some good old Jurassic Park fun. Now some people say, well, that's not good enough. Maybe it is. Because it's not like Jurassic World outside the Indominus. Not like they did something just, we've never seen this before. It's just out of the whim. Well, somebody say, but it had the Indominus in it. Replace the Indominus with the T-Rex or the Velociraptors in the first movie, not much of that movie would change. Literally. But what about it? Camouflage in the dinosaur fight? It was a good movie, but we're not gonna act like this movie's just like reinvented the formula and just went back to the basic and introduced a new element some people like. Others didn't. I still like Jurassic World. I like Rebirth. So, I can't really give my opinions on Dominions, even though I know what happened in it, or Fallen Kingdom, because I just had no interest in watching it. Well, in this case, from the trailer to where I am now, it's a solid movie. And I say, if you're interested in it, watch it for yourself. Just watch it for yourself. Because, that's all I can say about that. If you could like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and if you saw the movie already, what are your thoughts about Jurassic World Rebirth? I enjoyed my time with it. I saw it on Wednesday, June 2nd. It might be coming out late because, you know, the EPO video, I gotta work on that. But, MWK and peace. See you guys around.